Never have I been so dumbfounded in my life. So recently, Disney released a new trailer for their movie, Zootopia, and I don't know. I don't know what to think of it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I kind of like the idea of a world where humans never came to be, so we have anthropomorphic animals coming to be. But there's one thing that confuses me. I don't know what kind of movie this is going to be. Or at least what type of Disney movie or theme we're going to have. I mean, I could probably guess the genre is probably going to be more of a comedy thing. But let me explain something. Most Disney movies that we see the trailer of, we usually get the idea of what is going to be right then and there. Like Frozen, we know it's going to be an ice-based Disney princess movie. Wreck-It Ralph, we knew it was going to be a video game adventure. With Big Hero 6, we knew it was going to be a superhero movie. We don't know what kind of fucking movie this is! Besides the fact that the main characters are animals and anthropomorphic, that's it! I don't know. I don't know. I'm on a fucking loop for this one. But one thing that has to stop is the whole furry thing. Not to people who are saying this movie is for furries. I mean, we can't really prove that just because the main characters are anthropomorphic animals. I mean, it's not just regular people who are saying this. Some furries are even saying this is a furry movie. And I'm sitting here going, well, you can't really just say that just because the main characters are anthropomorphic animals. Following that logic, a regular show is a furry show. Or, I don't know, Sonic the Hedgehog is a furry video game. Or something like that. You can't really make those assumptions just because the main characters are anthropomorphic animals. Maybe Disney just wanted to make a movie with anthropomorphic animals. And didn't even think about furries the entire time. And I know what's going to happen after this movie gets released in theaters, and it probably gets popular, and we know it's probably going to get popular because most theatrical Disney movies often do. And people are going to be like,
oh, anyone that's a part of the Zootopia fan base is just a furry who wants to put their penis in their buttholes and whatnot.
I'm kind of tired of people doing that kind of bullshit where they assume that something that has an animal-like cast and a big fan base is automatically all a bunch of furries. Like the Brony fan base, the Five Nights at Freddy's fan base, the Sonic the Hedgehog fan base, all labeled furries simply because the main characters are anthropomorphic animals. Except for bronies, they're not anthropomorphic, they're shaped like, well, I don't know. Well, but the thing is, just because the main cast is a bunch of animals and the fan base is pretty big, doesn't make them furries. And no, furries are not people that only do this for sexual desires. It could be a sexual thing if you wanted it to, but usually it's not. And secondly, just because someone likes My Little Pony doesn't mean they want to put their penis into Rainbow Dash's butthole. By the way, I'm not a brony, I'm just using it as an example. Just because someone likes Five Nights at Freddy's doesn't mean they want to put their penis into an animatronic bear's butthole. Which they probably don't because they're animatronics. They don't have buttholes. Unless you made them like that, then you sick fuck. And anyone that likes Sonic the Hedgehog doesn't want to put their penis in Sonic's butthole. Which, Sonic doesn't have a butthole. You don't see that anywhere on his design. That poor bastard. Because for one, that's a pony, that's sick. Two, that's a robot that will hurt like hell. And three, that thing doesn't have a butthole. I can't see the butthole anywhere. And following that logic, I guess anyone that likes anything Disney related is a furry because of their mascot, Mickey Mouse. I guess anyone that likes regular shows a furry because the main characters are blue jays and raccoons and whatnot. I guess anyone that likes, I don't know, Looney Tunes is a furry because of Bugs Bunny or Daffy Duck. Just because the main characters are anthropomorphic animals and there's a big fan base doesn't automatically make them furries. And just because, and even if they were, doesn't mean they're the sexual kind of furries. And just because you don't like a certain fan base doesn't mean you have to make these kind of assumptions and spread them across the internet. Following your logic, I could say that anyone that likes Kids Next Door or Rugrats or Powerpuff Girls is a pedophile. I could say anyone that likes Friday the 13th or Nightmare on Elm Street is a psychopathic killer. I could say anyone that likes MTV is a douchebag. When the truth is, everyone behind MTV is a douchebag. You see, just because you don't like something doesn't mean you have to go ahead and go after the fan base and make these kind of assumptions to make them look bad or just because you don't like them. Now, most of these are not taken seriously, but it does get rather annoying when people are doing the same thing over and over and over, so I just kind of want it all to stop, which I know they're not. This is how the world works, unfortunately. In other words, shut up! So, am I going to go see this movie? Well, I didn't really see Frozen, Wreck-It Ralph, or Big Hero 6 in theaters. I saw Frozen and Wreck-It Ralph on DVD, and I kind of want to see Big Hero 6 on DVD, but I probably might see this when it comes out on DVD or in theaters if it does look good enough. I don't know. I haven't gone to theater in a long time because money's tight and the closest movie theater is, well, it's not actually 10 minutes away, but it's still kind of expensive. And I finally got a decent job, so shut up. Make sure to like, maybe favorite, and subscribe when you see some more. I make videos almost every day. And remember, we all see fish and ceiling at least once in our lives.